I still can't get over the image of Carly breaking down the moment she realized Josslyn had truly vanished. Not missing for a few hours, not ignoring calls. I mean, completely gone. And the more I think about it, the more it feels like this situation may be far darker than anyone around Port Charles is prepared to admit. Because if the rumors are true, then Josslyn is no longer just another hostage in some temporary revenge scheme. It looks like she may have been dragged directly into Sidwell's private nightmare at Windermere, and once someone enters that place under Sidwell's control, they rarely leave unchanged. What really caught my attention was Valentine's reaction. Everyone else seemed frantic, emotional, reactive. Brennan looked furious. Carly looked shattered. But Valentine, he apparently became quiet, focused, and that usually means he already suspects more than he says out loud. I keep thinking there's a reason the story suddenly shifted toward him instead of the official rescue efforts. It almost feels like Valentine may already know exactly who took Josslyn long before anyone else catches up. And honestly, it would make sense. Cash's overpowering Josslyn during that physical confrontation already felt suspiciously calculated to me. Josslyn is reckless sometimes, but she's not weak. So if she lost that quickly, then maybe Cassius was never acting alone. Maybe Pascal was involved earlier than expected. Maybe Sidwell had already approved the operation before the kidnapping even happened. The truth may be far more complicated than people realize because Windermere isn't just some random holding location. That castle means something. It's symbolic. It's psychological. And no one knows that better than Valentine. That's why I can't shake the feeling that Valentine may decide to go there completely alone. Not because he thinks he can win, but because he knows the layout, the tunnels, the hidden entrances, the security blind spots. Windermere used to be connected to his life in ways most people have forgotten. If anyone could sneak inside without triggering immediate alarms, it would probably be him. And maybe that's exactly what Sidwell wants. Because here's the part nobody seems to be talking about. Sidwell is powerful enough to destroy almost anyone, yet he keeps making strangely selective choices about who lives and who dies. That tells me he may value leverage more than violence. So if Valentine breaks into Windermere trying to rescue Josslyn, Sidwell may not see an intruder. He may see an opportunity. I can almost picture it already. Valentine slipping through those dark corridors while Josslyn is trapped somewhere underground, terrified and exhausted after days of psychological pressure from Cassius. Meanwhile, hidden cameras track every movement. Sidwell watches silently, waiting, calculating, and the second Valentine reaches Josslyn, the entire castle closes around them. But what if Sidwell never intended to kill Valentine at all? That possibility changes everything. Because it seems very possible that Sidwell may offer Valentine a deal instead. Not a simple deal either. Something permanent. Something poisonous. I keep thinking Sidwell may realize that Valentine is more useful alive and compromised than dead. Especially now that Port Charles is fractured and vulnerable, and if Sidwell agrees to release Josslyn in exchange for Valentine's loyalty, I honestly think Valentine might say yes without hesitation. Not because he trusts Sidwell, because Carly was crying. That's the detail I can't ignore. Valentine has made ruthless choices before, but Carly's pain may hit him differently than anyone expects. There's something deeply personal there now, especially after everything surrounding Brennan and the affair scandal. Josslyn accidentally exposed secrets that pushed Valentine into an impossible position already. And despite all of that, it looks like Valentine still may become the one risking everything to save her. That irony feels intentional. Josslyn spent so much time distrusting Valentine. In some ways, she even helped create the chaos surrounding him and Carly after telling Brennan about the affair. At the time, she probably believed she was protecting her mother. But now it seems very possible that guilt could start consuming her once she realizes Valentine sacrificed himself because of her. And honestly, that emotional fallout may become even bigger than the kidnapping itself. Because if Valentine agrees to work for Sidwell secretly, then Josslyn becomes the only witness to the truth. She may know exactly what Valentine gave up in order to save her life. That creates a horrifying situation where silence becomes survival. I can absolutely see Sidwell forcing conditions onto both of them. Josslyn gets freedom, but only if she promises never to expose anything connected to Sidwell, Cassius, or Cullum. And this is where things get really disturbing to me. Because Sidwell doesn't seem like the kind of man who trusts verbal promises. He seems like someone who manipulates guilt, fear, and emotional debt until people trap themselves willingly. So what if Josslyn leaves Windermere physically free but psychologically imprisoned? That would honestly fit the darker tone this storyline seems to be building toward. I keep imagining Josslyn returning home while everyone celebrates her rescue, but something about her feels off. Carly hugs her. Brennan demands answers. Anna starts asking questions. But Josslyn says almost nothing because every word risks Valentine's life. And Valentine himself may become almost unrecognizable afterward. Because working for Sidwell wouldn't just mean passing information occasionally. No, I think Sidwell may slowly reshape Valentine into a hidden weapon inside Port Charles. A silent operative. Someone forced to betray people he cares about while pretending everything is normal. The scary part is that Valentine already has the skill set for that kind of double life, which means Sidwell may know exactly which buttons to push. And if this theory is correct, then Carly may unknowingly become the center of an even larger manipulation. Because the closer Carly gets to Valentine emotionally, the more power Sidwell gains over him. That could explain why Sidwell would spare Valentine in the first place. A controlled Valentine is infinitely more dangerous than a dead one. There's also something unsettling about Brennan's role in all of this. I don't think Brennan is going to trust Valentine's sudden involvement in the rescue at all. In fact, it seems very likely Brennan could become suspicious the moment details stop adding up. If Valentine returns from Windermere alive while Sidwell mysteriously lets Josslyn go, Brennan may immediately suspect some kind of hidden arrangement. And if Brennan starts digging, the entire situation could spiral out of control. Because then Josslyn faces an impossible choice. Protect Valentine by lying to everyone, or expose Sidwell and potentially sign Valentine's death warrant. That emotional pressure could absolutely destroy her. Especially once she realizes Valentine never blamed her for exposing the affair in the first place. That's the tragic part here. Josslyn probably expected Valentine to hate her after Brennan learned the truth about Carly. Instead, it looks like Valentine may become her unexpected protector. No one saw that coming. And I think that's exactly why this storyline feels so dangerous right now. The more heroic Valentine becomes, the more vulnerable he becomes too. Sidwell probably understands that better than anyone. Heroes are easier to manipulate because they convince themselves sacrifice is necessary. If Sidwell frames the deal as the only way to save Josslyn, Valentine may walk directly into permanent servitude, believing he has no alternative. But I also wonder if Sidwell has an even bigger plan hidden underneath all this. Because Cassius kidnapping Josslyn may only be the opening move. What if the real objective was never Josslyn herself? What if Sidwell wanted Valentine all along? That possibility honestly changes the entire story for me. Windermere is connected to Valentine emotionally, strategically, historically. Luring him there feels too perfect to be accidental. And if Sidwell successfully pulls Valentine into his organization, then Port Charles may never realize they've already been infiltrated from the inside. That's what makes this feel terrifyingly believable to me. Not a loud takeover, not explosions, not public violence, quiet corruption, one compromised person at a time. And somewhere in the middle of all this, Carly may begin sensing that Valentine is hiding something enormous. Maybe she notices the distance in his eyes. Maybe she catches him disappearing at strange hours. Maybe she starts realizing the rescue itself happened too cleanly to make sense. But if Carly uncovers the truth, then she may become Sidwell's next target too. And honestly, I don't think Valentine could survive that emotionally. That's why I have this sinking feeling. The rescue of Josslyn may actually be the beginning of something much worse. Everyone may celebrate her return without understanding the price that was paid behind closed doors at Windermere, and the most tragic part is that Josslyn herself may carry that burden every single day, knowing Valentine became trapped because he